Dr. Drew here with iScout, and in this video, we're going to be covering office tracking codes. So if you look here on the screen, this is the sheet that you will be receiving or have received already, and this will outline in detail each tracking code that can be utilized and what it's for. Now, it looks like a lot, but it's actually super simple. All of them you will not need. Some of them you'll only need if you make a mistake. There's only a few that you need on an ongoing basis. So if you take a look, for example, at the operational tracking codes, if we look at NP yes, X-ray yes, PDR yes, this is an example of codes that are only needed if platinum is used improperly. So for example, if the one thing that you cannot correct in platinum is if you fail to arrive someone for a visit. You cannot go back on a previous day and fix that. That's what these codes are for, in particularly NP yes and PDR yes. Now, the X-ray yes is automatically classified when you use an X-ray code. Now, if you're not using an X-ray code or you have some special thing that you're doing, which is a workaround in platinum, then of course you will need the X-ray yes. So as long as you use a CPT code for X-ray, you do not need the yes. And as long as you arrive your coded visits that are designated for new patient, and then you arrive the coded visits that are based upon a doctor's report or report of findings, these codes will not be needed. Now the next two, care yes and renew yes. These are two codes that we want you to use on a regular basis. There is logic in the platform that will automatically trigger a care yes or renew yes, but that logic is delayed. So for example, if it is August the 31st and it's the close of the month and it's also the close of the week, and we want to know exactly what our stats are for that week or that month, I don't want to wait another week for this to automatically trigger. I want it to happen automatically. So whenever you have someone accept care, you simply put in a care yes. When someone renews a plan, you simply put renew yes. And these, of course, are recorded in the transaction ledger of the file, just like a CPT code. Moving forward, discontinuation, reactivation, these are self-explanatory. Hopefully we don't have to use that, but we know sometimes we will. So in the event that someone discontinues, put that code in there. Same thing with reactivations. That way you can track this discontinuation. There's a whole report in iScout that will track these discontinuations to help you understand how to plug that hole. Testimonials, that's only if you want to track them. Self-explanatory, you just put them in the transaction field when they happen if you want to track that. This one thing that we want you to keep in mind is, remember, everything that happens in your office is a transaction. Some things require a monetary exchange, some things do not, i.e. testimonial, but you want to track everything. And we want you to get into a habit of tracking that in one place. You don't have to go to 13 different sources, 13 different places, and write it down 13 different ways. We just want you to put it in the transaction field, whatever happens. The next one, this one you will be using on a regular basis. Each team member that participates in a close or a conversion point in your practice needs to have their own designated TM dash Joe, TM dash Susie, TM dash Bob. All that means is when that person performs, for example, a financial close for a report of findings, you would also put their name in the transaction ledger. The system will automatically pick up that they did it. And this is how we can track individual team member conversions. So each team member that participates in a conversion process in your practice needs this designation. You simply select their name after they perform a conversion, and the system will automatically track it. That's all for the operational tracking code. So if you notice, there was only 1, 2, 3, and how many ever team members you have, 3 codes that are regular that need to be used on a consistent basis. Moving forward, marketing tracking codes. There's one thing I want you to notice. This is used to track broad categories. So if you look at this sentence, we will connect event-specific information in another place. We want to track broad categories. So we've listed most broad categories that would cover most offices. In the event that there's a broad category up here that you don't see that you all want to track, for example, we have several offices that are Facebook heavy with Facebook ads and things of that nature. So they could put a MKTG dash and then put in Facebook, and then the system would automatically pick that up. Right? So what happens with these is whenever you schedule a new practice member and put them into Platinum, you simply at that time put the tracking code of where they came from. That is it. The system will then track and follow that person through the life cycle in your practice and let you know exactly what these broad category impacts are having from a marketing standpoint, so you know where to put your marketing dollars, where you want to pull it and reallocate it. Okay. In the beginning, I'm telling practices not to be concerned about this too much. This follow-up tracking codes, the way that we use these is all of our screening nodes, our dinner nodes, our event nodes, we still categorize them based upon what symptoms they put on their screening sheets. So when we run our reactivation campaigns and we run topic-specific campaigns, symptom-specific campaigns, we can retarget the people that we know experience those, even if they never came into the practice, so that we can get them re-signed up. So if we have a screening note, we still put it into the system, and then we tag it with the proper tracking code, and then we can sort it and send out those reactivation messages. All right, so that is pretty much all you need to know on this office tracking code sheet. Read through it. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out. Dr. Clark again, iScout. Take care.